Part of yesterday's exercise, I want to know, all of you were able to set up a Salesforce environment and do the exercise we had discussed yesterday?
Yes, yes. Yes, sir.
किसी को भी कोई प्रॉब्लम आया जो इशू हुआ या नहीं कर पाए या कोई क्वेश्चन आया, डाउट आया, तो वो पहले हम डिस्कस कर लेंगे. नहीं? नो वन?
No, sir.
Okay. Okay, that's good. That's good. ठीक है. So now we'll continue from where we had stopped yesterday, right? We had learned a bit about just basics about the Salesforce object. What is an object? How do we create an object? Then we have something called Salesforce field. How do we create a field, right? Now today what we will do is go into a lot more detail of object. All of you guys, let me know once my screen is visible. आप लोगों को मेरा स्क्रीन दिख रहा है?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Salesforce का स्क्रीन दिख रहा है, right? Yes, good. तो अभी right now we are inside the sales app. Okay. Now, since we were working yesterday with an object, right? We created an object which was the employee object. I'll just go to that object. Right. This is where we had stopped yesterday. Now, what is the situation when I get a requirement about this object? No one wants just an object in the backend. This object should be visible on the UI, right? हम एक ऑब्जेक्ट बना रहे हैं तो वो ऑब्जेक्ट तो ऐप में यूज होना चाहिए. तो उसके लिए हमको कुछ फंक्शनैलिटी प्रोसेस करना पड़ेगा. वी हैव टू डू अ फ्यू स्टेप्स सो दैट दिस एम्प्लॉय becomes visible here. We want that as part of our requirement, right? So let's focus on that part first. For that, what we need to do is we need to set up inside the admin part of our role where we have to configure the object, and there is something called tab which we have to create. Okay, so that we will do now. एम्प्लॉय का हमने ऑब्जेक्ट बना लिया है, बट यूआई पे दिखाने के लिए आई हैड टोल्ड यू दैट दीज आर एक्चुअली कॉल्ड टैब. So we need to create a tab for an object. Nothing is right now created since our object is a custom object. So we click on custom object tab. Now you see here, since we have already created a custom object, it is showing us here that you still have not created a tab for this object. You can now create it. So the object I'll select as employee. Tab style is something, let's keep it default for now. This is just a UI part. We will work on this later on. Custom tab for employee custom object. Oh, I did not select anything, is it? Okay, I'll just select person. User. Anyone see here something which seems like a person? Okay, nothing as of now. No issues. Right. Now, this tab, what do we want this tab to be visible? We want for this tab to be visible to everyone in Salesforce. कि बाद में हमारा जो जो Salesforce में लॉगिन करेगा इस Salesforce environment में, उन सबको ये टैब दिखना चाहिए. Which is why I keep the visibility as default on. We can configure this also. We can make this hidden for everyone. Or I can individually configure who all can see the users. मेरे को खाली एडमिन लोगों को टैब दिखाना है, बाकी सबको मेरे को हिडन करके रखना है. तो इस टाइप का कस्टमाइजेशन हम लोग कर सकते हैं. अभी के लिए आई विल कीप इट एज डिफॉल्ट ऑन. Now this step is the step where any admin, when they are creating any app, they have to configure things. What I want is employee should be visible inside sales, but not inside service. That is something I only want inside sales. तो जैसे ही मैंने टैब बनाया, यहाँ पे आप देखिए जितने Salesforce apps थे यहाँ पे, if you check it yourself, when you check it yourself, you can compare all the apps present here are present here, and I can configure individually which app I want this to be visible in. So I'll only make this available inside the sales app. Now inside service, it is not there. But here in the sales, we need to see that it is added, right? Now what has happened here is, in this list you see, it is not visible right now, right? It is still not visible here. Why? This menu we have to configure. More items and employees I have added, and I want it to be visible just after accounts. Or one thing, I just want it to visible after home. The first thing I want is employees. Save. You see here, now employees are visible on the UI. This is how, once you create a Salesforce object, you can actually use it. In the backend, employee was created. लेकिन आपको अगर नया एम्प्लॉय का रिकॉर्ड बनाना है, डेटा का एंटर करना है, कहाँ से एंटर करोगे? तो उसके लिए we need it inside an app. So these are the steps when you include a custom object into the Salesforce. I go to employees, all employees. Right now there is nothing present क्योंकि अभी तक हमने कोई डेटा बनाया नहीं है. तो अभी हम लोग क्या करेंगे? This is the first employee record we will be creating now. Now you have to realize, when we created the employee object, we made a few custom fields, right? Department, employee ID, employee name, and owner ID. So sorry, these are the two we created and these are the standard ones, right? Now, as part of yesterday's exercise, I had asked you guys to also create a few other fields: first name, last name, date of birth, and email, phone number, all those fields, right? I'll also create